not, but I'm not kidding. I don't want to see you passing around tests looking. I mean, you got to get over that stuff. That's just not going to fly in here anymore. Okay, go to 1.5, please. You don't need the protractor today. Tomorrow is the day, so get yourself hyped. You will need one. You will be able to use mine, but you can't do the homework at home without a protractor starting tomorrow for just a couple of days.
Protractor or compass?
Compass. You get the idea. It's the thing that's on the board. Okay? Cool. Now, a couple things. We're going to start adding a few segments. We will take nominees for Pet of the Week. If you think that your pet deserves to be Pet of the Week, you simply need to email me a picture of your pet and a reason why, and they will be featured in here, but also over there. We also are going to start highlighting shoes because I love looking at people's shoes. With Kicks of the Week. Ryan, you were very close. Okay, you came in second of our nominees. I have our winner over here from Algebra 1. How do you win Kick of the Week? There's nothing you can do. I just creep on your shoes all week. I find ones I like, and on Friday I pick a pair that I liked, and I take a picture of it, and then I say this is probably going to be one of our Kicks of the Week. Okay, but it's not always going to be shoes. We would like that could win. Maybe. Prizes for the winners. Okay, cool. Excellent. 1.5 should not really be too much of an issue because we did do a lot of this stuff last year. We're just formalizing it, okay? There's a couple of warm-ups up there at the top, okay? There's 3 of them. 2. Go ahead, 2 of them. Go ahead, work on them as a group. 2. We all remember what complement is, right? Does anybody remember what complement is? Adds up to what? 90. There, some of you needed that.
What's up? It adds up to 90. I don't think the other place. I don't like that. Yeah, Miss Galvin.
But the A is 90 minus 7. A is 90. So like that. I just said that.
The second one might be a little bit better. If you're not sure about the first one, you might have more success with the second one. We actually did the second one almost exactly. That's a big one.
Wait. So then you need
He said I can't leave before
plus 30. So it's 34. 8 equals 34.
This is like the only hint I can give you for the first one.
8
If
equals
you're struggling. That's like the only hint I can give you. It's actually not a bad one though.
8 equals 34.
It's not going to solve it for you, but it definitely helps.
Wait, so. Wait, no, it's not. Because. Wait, yes, it is.
Wait, is this X is the?
No, I'm talking about the measures of two supplementary angles. Oh, so it's one, just say one is A plus the other one, which
Wait, guys, I got it.
is, or no,
A is 33, and then the column is
Anybody feel like they got the first one?
It is.
Moxley, you look confident. You and Louis get the first one?
34.
Ooh. Anybody else get 34?
That's what we got.
Now this is the hint you needed. I'll show you all of it. If A is angle A. If A is angle A, its complement is 90 minus A. See, the logic comes from here. Okay? And it's substitution. If B is equal to 90 minus A, you plug it in, but not one of them, it's twice its complement. If you plug it in without the double, I think it makes 90 equals 46, which isn't right at all. Then you solve from here. A is 34. Just for fun, if the measure of angle A is 34 degrees, that means its complement, what would its complement be? You could probably do that in your head. 56, that's not right. Oh wait, double the complement is 112 plus 34, okay, which is 146. Okay. We didn't do them quite like that last year. I didn't throw anything with twice the complement, but we did some of those. Now the second one I think is a little bit more accessible. We actually do this exact one in Algebra 1. You might not remember it, but like I do. The measures are two supplementary. You know what supplementary is, right? 180 are in the ratio 2 to 3. Can somebody just give me an equation you could write to solve for this thing? Okay, Landon.
2x plus 3x equals 180.
It's actually all you need. If angle 1 is 2x, angle 2 is 3x. That's a 2 to 3 ratio. 2x plus 3x is 180. X is 36. One angle 72. The other angle is 108. A little bit more accessible. Okay, first one was tricky, but that's okay. How many of you actually remember complementary was 90? Ooh, that's pretty good. Supplementary, you should know, is 180. Okay, cool. Little review from last week. We actually did these terms. Okay, but they don't give you any fill-in. They don't give you any options. No word bank. The blank of an angle is the region containing all of the points between the two sides of the angle. Rhymes with schminterior. Oh, good work. This one you should know. When you use 3 points to name an angle, what must go in the middle? Yeah, I think some of you, when you were doing your test the other day, the question that was like, name this angle, it was that easy. If you thought I was trying to trick you, I wasn't. It was like LMK, KML, like etc. And the sides of angle QRS, remember it's made up of two rays. Ray RQ, ray RS. A question to the group. Do I have to have R first? Can I do QR? No. Okay. The only difference might be I might flip the two of those. Okay. But it's got to be RQ and RS. Okay. This shouldn't be too bad. Classify each angle as acute, right, obtuse, or straight. Go ahead and fill those in as a group really quickly. Make sure you identify them well. I don't need angle measures. I just need to know, are they acute, right, or obtuse?
stop straight.
I'm also just going to pick people for this. Isn't, by the way, supposed to like trick you. So you're supposed to be like, oh wow, this isn't that bad. All right, Grace, SRV. Good times. Let's see, Ryan, TRS. Ronan, TRQ.
Right.
Now, TRQ is not labeled as right, but there's two ways we could get it. 90, therefore this is 90, therefore that's 90. Or if anybody remembers their vertical angles, okay, which is good. And then LEQRV.
Straight.
Okay, good times. Now, go to the next page. Another thing I let some of you slide with that won't happen on the next test. Some of you just, like a savage, did not use a straight edge on your drawings. That is your only warning. You have to use a straight edge. So, with a straight edge. There are 4 questions for you to do. And I want you to do them now. If you can talk about them, that's fine. Or you can work solo, I don't care. But an example, there's like a lot of answers. You come up with your own 4 of them. Go ahead and use a straight edge.
Do we have to label the angles?
Yes,
The
label the angles. You can if you want, but you have to label them in a way like you can see them.
Using straight edge for the time and icing is drawn so nice. You get to move it every 3 seconds. Yeah, it's not nice. Well, it's also takes time. I mean, it doesn't does. It's not going to run out of time.
I don't know straight edge.
But it's just that's what's time.
Oh, like,
I know what I missed. I missed it. I missed the right.
you got one of them.
Well, I didn't get one of them because I missed the top and I also missed the thing. And they say about the other one, but I missed the one on the side for the right edge.
Looks like they're fighting.
Just looking for anything like this, but again, for some of you, this is like making you use a straight edge. Something like that. If you want to put degree measures in, that's fine. But I can tell that these are complementary angles because there's the right angle in there. I'm going to label complementary by them. Did anybody draw anything like that? Could you have? Sure, why not? No one said complementary angles have to be next to each other. But nobody drew that on the right, correct? Good times. Okay. Likewise, for the second one, how many of you drew something like this? This is kind of what I expected, yeah? So could you do something like that? Hello, yes, no? Sure. I'm not saying you had to, but I'm saying you could have. Okay, so the first 2 should be pretty straightforward. I labeled them complementary and supplementary. You can't put those terms down enough. Today it was fine if you didn't remember complementary was 90. By the end of chapter 1, that needs to be like everybody kind of remembers, okay? Let's look at number 3. 2 angles whose sides are opposite rays. Does anybody remember what kind of angles these are going to form? Okay, Caleb? Nope. Their sides are opposite rays. Doesn't have to be that. When I say their sides are opposite rays, this side is an opposite ray of that side, and this side is an opposite ray of this side. Now, could a supplementary pair work? Sure. Could this work as well? Yes. What are these? Anybody remember what these are called? Okay, now number 4, 2 coplanar angles. Now you shouldn't have to worry about that too much without drawing in 3D, but it's good to know. Common side, common vertex, and no common interior points. Okay, so that sounds like a lot. Common vertex is good. No common interior points. We were looking for something like this. Anything like this. Common vertex, no common interior points, and these are just angles next to each other. I'm not sure if you know that word. Thought I heard somebody say it. Adjacent. So what's the difference? Let's just go back to 3. Why is 3 not a straight angle? I'm not saying the angle formed by opposite rays, I'm saying their sides are opposite rays. It's tricky. Most people do draw a straight line for that one. Okay, so you're not lost at that point. Okay, good. All these terms will come back. We did them all a little bit last year. The only one I really made sure you knew of was supplementary, but these ones will kind of come back. We'll focus on them just a little bit more. Okay, so this is more of a true-false kind of situation. Okay, angle BFD. Where is BFD? Is it this straight angle here? It actually could be either side. Okay, but it's a straight side. And CFD are adjacent angles.
That's AFD.
Is yours? Oh, that is AFD. Thank you. Okay. I didn't think it was a BFD. That'd be this one. Thank you. And then CFD are adjacent angles. Thumb up if you think that's true. Thumb down if you think it's not. So ignore that. Those ones right there. Come on, I gotta see. I can't see it because I don't want to take it here. Okay, good. It's false. What would you say? They're not adjacent. How would you describe them? Any idea? Too similar. They're overlapping. You know what overlapping means in general? They overlap, then one kind of goes on top of the other one. Okay, so those are overlapping angles. The false is good though, okay? Let's see the next one. AFD. So then, it's the problem with highlighting on the diagram sometimes. Okay, so AFB, we're looking AFB, that guy's up here, and EFD are vertical. Same thing, thumb up if you believe that to be true, thumb down if you believe that to be false. It looks like they should be. I thought they kind of formed V's like that, okay, but actually, this angle is vertical with more than that. Okay, so this is false. Okay, and then the last one, AFE and BFC are complementary. So AFE is right here at 62, and then BFC is 28. Complementary, yay, nay? That's yay. Even though they're not next to each other, they do form 90 degrees. Nobody said complementary angles had to be adjacent to each other. Is there anything else in this diagram we could fill in? There is. Fill in anything on there that you know. Talk about it with anybody. Anybody on there you think you could fill in, fill it in. You ready to tell me why?
CSD is 90.
Anything? We can get all of them. Jack, what can we fill in?
AFB is 90.
It doesn't really look 90, but it actually is. How could you justify it's 90?
Because the 28 and it's vertical to BFD, which is 90.
It's not vertical to that, but actually, yeah. Actually, it's vertical to this. This whole thing is vertical to that. And so if this is 118, that's 118, and if this is 28, that's 90. That's one way you could argue it. Okay, we can actually fill this in as well. Does anybody know what this is? Just say it if you know. 62. And actually, there's two ways to get it. Vertical or from 180. Okay? So the more you can fill in, the better off you are. Okay, which is great. Okay, go ahead and fill in a couple at the bottom. Or it's on the next page, isn't it? Now you're at the bottom. Fill in the angle numbers. Think about if there's any that have more than one answer as well. There might be a couple. Last.
said it's like beefs.
All right, now if you go up there, you can go, you don't have to go in order. You don't have to do number 8 first. You can fill in any of them, and then we will either like them or not. There's a couple that have multiple answers, not many of them. Okay, Cam, we're going to start with you. Go ahead. Nope, up there. You can fill in anything that you want. Pen's right up there. So Cam doesn't have to necessarily go with number 8. Or you can. 4 and 1 vertical angles. We like it? We love it. I agree. Pick somebody to do another one. Doesn't matter if they want to, just pick them. Did anybody say a different pair of vertical angles on there? Okay, good, because I don't see any. Four and 5? Anybody do 1 and 5? Anybody do, I mean, you can't do 1, 2, and 3 because that's 3 angles. That one works. Ronan, pick somebody else. Didn't you work together?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Do we have any proof that 4 and 2 are congruent? We don't.
No, I meant 1. My bad.
Keep racer with your hand. Nah, that doesn't work. That was rude. I don't know why I did that. You want to do 4 and 1? Do we like 4 and 1 as being congruent? Well, if they're vertical.
2 and 1.
Wait, what is your answer? My man, what is your answer?
Alright, ready? 2, 1. Erase.
No, that doesn't work either.
Just erase it all.
Final answer. What do you want? 2 and 1?
2 and 1.
I would take 2 and 1 because they're the ones that are marked. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 and 1. Okay? Pick somebody to do 1. Now give that table a break.
CC.
I actually think your diagram's marked better than mine. My 2 and 1 look like one big mark. Yours is more clearly marked as 2 congruent ones. 2 and 1 are adjacent. I said 3 and 4. There's no shortage of answers. Okay, then the weirdest one. Most of you avoided the complementary one. I kind of figured that would be the case. Ryan?
Oh, I was raising my hand, so I skipped it.
What? Because you skipped it? Do you want to take a shot at this one? Layla? Huh? How would you argue that? Oh, there's a line separating 2, 1, and 3. I believe you're talking about this guy? Is that the line you were talking about? Okay. And it cuts through. First of all, let's just kind of focus, because this question is tricky. Let's focus on this purple line. Do we all agree 3, 2, and 1 are going to make 180? Okay, that's important. Look at this green line. It cuts through. This term's going to come up today, although we've said it. What does this green line do to this angle? Does anybody remember what it's called when we split it in half? It bisects it. So when this bisects this angle, these two are equal to each other, okay? And then you can actually prove it from there. Okay, good job. That's tricky, because a lot of people are looking around for right angles to get it. It's kind of hard to justify when you don't see the right angle parts in there. Okay, so these are good. Some of them have multiple answers. Adjacent had multiple answers. Supplementary did. Okay, but that's kind of where we land here. Okay, perfect. Okay, a couple more of these. We have one postulate, a few questions. I told you it's like fairly short today. Same thing. Can you make the following conclusions from the diagram? Decide as a group, yes or no. Comma, that was beautiful. Haters are gonna hate.
Yeah, we know.
Ooh, somebody recognized the perpendicular symbol. Nice job. Yeah. And your only options are yes or no. Either yes, you can draw that conclusion, or no, you can't. Yeah. All right, make your final selections. All right, here we go. Hold on, this is Benji, the first one. TW is congruent to WV. Yes. It's marked. You really love these markings. This means TW congruent to WV. Nothing else you need to do from there. Let's see, Sarah. PW is congruent to WQ.
No.
Could it be true? Yeah, could be. We can't prove it. That's going to be a really frustrating part for a lot of you, not in this chapter, chapter 2. A lot of you are going to get very annoyed when I make you prove things that you think are obvious, or there are things that might be true that you just can't say for sure. They might be. There's no way to know. Let's see here. Prisha, TV is... Wait, no, who picked that up? Sorry, the perpendicular one. You can have this one, Prisha. You'll have the next one. TV is perpendicular to PQ.
We said yes.
Based on what?
Oh. No.
Yes, no? Could it be true? It totally could be true. But we just don't know for sure. So we can't say for sure that it is. Prisha, TV bisects PQ. We would need to know for sure that this guy matched this guy and it doesn't. Okay? Sari, redemption, W is the midpoint of TV.
Yes.
Yes. Because this matches this, that is the definition of a midpoint. Okay? Good. You'll get used to that stuff, but you got to know crystal clear for sure that's going to be good. Okay? I think our only definition today, and one postulate, a couple problems. Okay? A pair of adjacent angles whose non-common sides are opposite rays are called a linear pair. We did not use that term last year. I just called them supplementary angles. So linear pairs must be adjacent. Their non-common sides are opposite rays. And based on the diagram, what do you think linear pairs form? A straight angle. I believe that's a fill-in-the-blank situation. Linear pairs form a straight angle. Now, for those of you saying, why can't I just say they're supplementary? If I just give you a problem and say the words linear pair, you have to translate it to like that diagram and know that that's what they are. Okay? So a postulate, which remember, we love postulates. Postulates don't need to be proven. They're just accepted fact. If two angles form a linear pair, then they are supplementary. That is given. If I put the words linear pair down, you just know they're supplementary, no proving, no required, no justification. However, this is one of those rectangle square things. If two angles form a linear pair, they're supplementary, but just because angles are supplementary does not mean they're a linear pair. What on earth does that mean? Okay, so when we went back to this where I had you draw, didn't like all of you draw a diagram like that? Yes? Go back to your diagram here, okay, and write down that this is a linear pair. Linear pairs have to be adjacent. They have to be. Therefore, they're supplementary by postulate. Is this a linear pair? No. So this is not a linear pair, but they are supplementary. This is one of those rectangle square things, right? A square is a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square. Linear pairs have to be supplementary, but supplementary angles don't have to be linear pairs. Okay, you'll get into that biconditional stuff a little bit later on. Okay, try this question. You can try it as a group. Go ahead. Very pleased with your actual algebra work on your test the other day, but like none of it was challenging. Did it say you had to draw this diagram? No. I'm going to give you some advice that, again, maybe some of you will start to take it. Even if it doesn't tell you to draw a diagram, this is super helpful. Because this means this diagram is going on. Do you have to draw it? No, but it makes me feel better about it. Okay, they're a linear pair, therefore they're supplementary. So what equation did you write? Jazzy, what equation can we write? You. Yes? Anybody have an x value? Let's hear it. 20. Okay, then we have to fill in the actual angle measures, so please don't skip that particular part. Okay, so when we're filling in the angle measures, the measure of angle KPL, what does KPL pop out to if you plug in 20? I heard 64. And then the measure of angle, what is it? LPJ or JPL, doesn't matter. There's two ways to get it. You can either plug it in here, or you can just subtract from 180. Is it 116? Okay, cool. The diagram's not required, okay, but it's helpful, especially with how fast some of you finished your exam the other day. Not all of your tests are going to be long. If you have time, maybe you draw the diagram. You don't necessarily need it. Once you see the word linear pair, you can just jump right to here. I would just advise you to be careful. Okay? The actual last one I lied, we have two definitions. Okay? Is angle bisector. An angle bisector is a ray that divides an angle into two congruent angles. I'm going to say that was the line that Layla was talking about in that diagram. Okay, that one that we drew. Its endpoint is at the angle vertex. So it's a ray with a vertex here that shoots out there, and it will create two congruent angles. To bisect is to put it into two. We saw the exact same thing in the last chapter, but with segments. So rather than bisecting a segment, you bisect an angle into two congruent ones. Therefore, the measure of angle XAY is equal to the measure of angle Z, and therefore these angles are congruent to each other. Okay? Here's what you have. You have two multiple choice questions, and then you have a wonky question at the bottom. I want you to do all three of them. And the wonky question is not that bad.
Actually,
how I get it.
Because look. So if there's. If it splits it in half. And then it says this, and it splits it right in half. One side is 58, and the other side is 58. 58 is what it says.
I don't know. That's that. That's that.
So Ray is, this is an angle. Each side that splits in half. Alright, I'm not. So it's half of 72.
The first multiple choice, they really want to fool you. That's the picture I drew. They really want you to pick 58 because they're both 58, but they actually want angle dab. So the answer is not 58. Anybody know what it is? They want the whole thing. Look at what they want. Okay, but that one shouldn't be too bad. Neither the short answer or multiple choice ones are bad. The last one, you just got to be really particular.
C by 6. Oh my god.
Ooh, that's a pretty good drawing by me, just free hand. How do we feel about 36 for the second one? Good? Okay, it's going to take you a couple minutes on the last one. Be careful. I would highly advise you draw a diagram. Come around and start looking at what you got.
Oh, wait a second.
I would highly encourage you to draw a diagram for the last one.
Just not make it.
Good try.
Half hour. Is it a bad idea if I want to do the arrangement except the passage
Some of you are drawing some wonderful tiny little pictures. Okay? You can't quit.
Maybe I can't do
What do all of you have against straight edges? Too lazy. They're not accurate. They're not good. What?
I use, this is my drawing, I have a cute angle, so. I didn't realize.
Some people do have it. Some people don't. What did you end up with? That's not the smallest one I've seen. Sarah's might be smaller.
That's what I said. I said it.
How is
I don't know. Oh, wait, is it? Like, it's a whole head. It's 15. I don't know. I just.
There are people that have it. There are people that have it with legit diagrams. There are people that have it illegitimately. I'm not going to say who they are. They might show themselves who they are. Isn't it nice when you draw the Yours isn't that small. Okay, we're going to show the last one. You will. Hey, and I would be careful. Anybody that tries to like logic their way into it without the diagram, all I need to do is not make EOC the 5. The whole problem is different. So the diagram is helpful, though some of you will see you could have made it better for yourself. OC bisects angle AOB, OD bisects AOC, OE bisects angle DOC, and OF bisects angle COB, obviously. This isn't helpful until the very end. Nobody said how big the first angle needed to be. I found it to be helpful to make angle AOB, the first one, just a straight line. So Cole did that, Elena did that. Nobody said you had to. Casey's got a really nice diagram, but she didn't draw it like this big. Some of you drew your first angle small, and then you're like, why did I do this? So you could have done anything 180 and down, even if you did like a nice, like Casey, yours is a good obtuse angle, right? Yeah, I mean, that's helpful for it, okay? But once you start to split it all, then you can piece all of your bisectors together. So OC bisects angle AOB. You keep splitting it down, and then this ends up being your 5. Ultimately, I want the angle EOF, which is right here. And for those of you that were able to get it, this little piece ends up being, it doesn't look like it, 10, so the whole thing is 15. So, when you run into like this on your homework, and you probably will, the best advice I can give you, it's actually doable, it's annoying. Give yourself a chance at seeing the picture. Don't make it super duper tight, okay? Cool. You have this to do, you can start looking at it. Okay, I'm not gonna give your test back to you probably tomorrow.